Um, Obviously, our guys had to play well to beat this team. They're a great team. Obviously, I said this before the game, and I'll say it now, that we shouldn't be in a position where we're talking about whether they being Akron, and at large. I think we should discontinue that talk and talk about their seeding, like we do some other teams around the country. Having said that, I think our guys have persevered all year and made a great effort to just take it a day at a time in an attempt to just get better every single day and block out all of the rest of the things. And I think today we put together a pretty good 40 minutes. I think the guys knew that. I tried not to talk a whole lot about last game or their win streak or anything like that or their national ranking, but I think the success we had in their building, we had some, we didn't win the game, but we made our first 9 shots in their building, and I think our guys were determined. It helped us get to, we've been talking about trying to get to another level of determination because we have played well in some games. We played pretty well Wednesday. We just needed to be at another level of determination. And I think we did get there a little bit tonight, and now we've got to sustain it.
And we knew some team had to pay, and we had to make a response quickly, and we couldn't have asked for a better opportunity for it to be than Akron in our building. And we just wanted to come out and execute our game plan, and we did a good job with it.
Yeah, I mean, I looked down and we blocked, 8 shots. We blocked more shots than they did. That doesn't happen a lot with this team. And so, yeah, we tried to front when they got too deep in the post, but I think the other thing is attacking them. And I think we talked about that from, what we needed to do better this time around was if he's going to block shots, number one, I think our guys were determined we're going to block some too. But I think we're going to keep attacking. And then somebody's got to play defense against these guys. And if we're moving the ball and playing well together, and we got things going in a rhythm, then it's gonna take a lot of effort to just play defense, let alone what they want to do on offense. But the other thing I think is that a couple times they made tough shots. In the post where they were contested, and these guys were in great position defensively, and they were determined enough to not panic and say, well, then you're just going to have to keep making tough shots. If we didn't block them, sometimes they made them, but I don't think we ever got discouraged to the point where they just then turned into getting easy shots. Have been a great three-point shooting team because they have multiple guys that are out there knocking them in, bringing guys off the bench. I think our guys did a really good job of understanding the personnel. But yeah, they out-rebounded. So we've been out-rebounded a couple times, but not a lot. Mm-hmm. And again, they made some tough shots. It wasn't like we needed to hold them scoreless around the basket. We just needed to make sure the shots they were making were contested. They were tough shots, and we weren't going to get down and let them just then all of a sudden go in there and get easy ones. But the threes add up quicker, and we wanted to get out there and contest them. And I was on our guys that we needed to get more offensive rebounds, and I still believe that's the case. It does help if you shoot 56%. At least there's less offensive rebounds to get, but it's still something that we got to really work on. This, in the first half at Kent, they shot the ball poorly from 3, and but they came out and got hot in the second half. And I think today we locked it in for a longer stretch. We wanted to keep attacking them inside. I think these guys did a really good job of understanding where the opportunities were. I think the biggest thing is, last time we played at Akron, we had a double-digit lead, and they went zone. And we got a little hesitant. We've grown our ability to play against zone. Not as fast as we wanted to do it, but today we were very good. They played zone in the first half, and we moved the ball very well. And we anticipated where the shots were going to come from. And then eventually they had to go back to playing man-to-man. They didn't have to go back to playing man-to-man when we played them the first time. When they went back to playing man-to-man, we were able to attack them. And sometimes they were in positions where they had no help. And I think that helped us with our defense too. If we can go at the basket the way we would normally go at the basket with, the same people, I think that helps, because now they gotta spend some energy trying to play defense. If we just say we can't get to the basket and we just keep shooting threes, they're gonna get tougher on offense. They being Akron, gonna get tougher on offense, and then our defense gets tougher. But we kept attacking them.
Before the game, I told Javon to dominate. I told him he was the best post in the conference, and he needed to put it on display tonight. And I think he really took that to heart. And when he came out, he was the most aggressive player on the court, and he dominated.
I just think in general, as the season's gone on, Javon's taking that role. He hasn't just gone in and said one opponent, is taking it personally or anything. He just, every game has been doing that. And I think, as it shows, with that attitude, he's been dominating.
What's the question? You didn't disappoint me. Talking about taking this game personally?
Oh yeah, I didn't play as well as I wanted to the first time we met, so I really wanted to come out tonight and be aggressive against Akron. I won a lot of games in a row and they're ranked, so I knew it'd be a big one.
For all he did offensively, I thought the big, play, the one that kind of sealed it was, I think he hit you on the back door. Can you talk about that play a little bit? Yeah.
Well, I just think it happened early in the first half too. He hit me, I got an and one, and so he just got in the middle of the zone, and he draws a lot of attention, and I just went baseline, and he saw me, so I just finished it. It happened in the first half, happened there. He sees the floor well, and draws a lot of attention.
You see that coming?
Oh yeah, I know where Will's gonna be at. Me and Will play real good together.
Javon, what was your approach going into tonight? You've played some of these guys before, and what did you see out there that you could kind of take advantage of out there?
I knew I was not going to score a lot of post-up buckets, so I wanted to score a lot off the top of the key. I know Zeke's 7 foot. It's going to be real hard to get a hook shot over him, so I really wanted to use my jump shot and my ability to drive to the basket tonight.
Reggie, just to kind of a postscript, but when Orem gets
Was huge, because it was, for a minute, looked like a momentum change. It looked like, because the play stops and everybody's wondering what's going on, and I think they scored on the next possession. But he hit the free throws and he got a couple rebounds. And what was his first practice, yesterday?
Yeah, I think so. His first full one.
He's been out like 2 weeks, with his back. And yesterday, I think, was his first full practice in like almost 2 weeks. So we didn't go to him in the first half. We weren't sure. We went to Corey, and then we came back and went to him. And he's been, he's been smiling all day, which he doesn't smile a lot. Or he hasn't. And so I finally asked him, how's your back? And he said, really good, really good. And I was hoping he said that because he was smiling so much. And I said, it's his best it's felt in a long time. He said, a real long time, Coach. I said, how long? He said, December. So he's been trying to not tell us his back was hurt and been trying to play through it. So we talked about it before the game. We talked about it again at halftime. Maybe we can slide him in there even though he hasn't. So we did play him in the second half, and then we had to play him, obviously, when Orem went out. And it was good that he was alert enough because we knew his man's going to try to hit some threes to get back in it, and they shoot it really well. And he got caught on one, but he got out there on the other ones, and then he rebounded. So that was big. And then making the free throws was obviously huge.
You guys did a couple
Wins big, especially in the conference, and we looked at this game as it was just Akron. We didn't look at them as the 24th team in the country. We knew what we did the first time, and we knew that we felt as if we gave them that game. So going into this game, we had somewhat of a chip on our shoulder, and we knew we had to prove something not only to ourselves but to the rest of the conference. And I think that fueled our energy and our enthusiasm especially on defense, and be able to get a big one like this in our home gym against the 24th ranked team is huge for our confidence, especially going forward.